Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Cooked by Montilla. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. Please consider watching other videos and I hope you do enjoy this video. And to my returning subscribers, as always, thank you so much for coming back. Today I want us to make the best donuts and this is the easiest way. I know there are probably thousands of recipes out there, but this is the easiest and it's the best. Let's go. I'm going to start by mixing my yeast with my warm milk. All the ingredients and the measurements will be in the description box below. Please make sure to check. Then I'm going to mix that and let it sit for around 5 to 7 minutes. While we wait for the 7 minutes to be over, I'll be mixing my dry ingredients together. That's the flour, the salt, and the sugar. I'll whisk them together before adding the milk and yeast mixture. Another hack I use is in case you feel like your yeast has been sitting on the shelf for too long and may not rise well, mix it together with baking powder. Don't mix the yeast with the baking powder, mix your baking powder with the flour. Then I'm going to add the milk and yeast mixture and start mixing my dough. And if your dough feels too soft, continue adding some flour bit by bit. Don't add a lot of flour all at a go. You might experience a very tough dough. So knead your dough until it's smooth and soft. Once you're comfortable with the texture of your dough, once you feel it's smooth and soft, transfer to your working space and don't forget to dust your working space with some flour. Then I'm going to add my margarine. It's softened. You can also use butter, but soften your butter first before adding to the dough. Then I'm going to knead the dough for 5 to 10 minutes until it's very soft and it's not sticking to my working space. One thing about making wheat products, you have to be patient and you have to trust the process. You can see the middle of my working space where I was making the dough from. It's clean and the dough is not sticking to the working space, so it's ready. I'm going to transfer my dough to a bowl. Brush your bowl with a little oil to make sure your dough does not stick to the bowl once it starts rising. Then ignore it for an hour. Let it rise for 1 hour. After an hour, remove it from the bowl, part it a little to release the air buildup, and then transfer the dough to your working space. Again, don't forget to dust your working space with some flour. You don't want your dough to get stuck on your working space. And then I'm going to cut it into equal sized balls and use a sharp knife if you don't have a dough cutter. If you have a dough cutter, use it, it's easier. Then I'll roll the balls until they are soft, very soft on the outside with my hands. I'm going to create a round shape. After creating the balls, I will cover my thumb with some flour, and then I'm going to insert my thumb into the dough and create a hole. Then I'll use 2 fingers to enlarge the hole. This hole will become smaller later. Remember, the dough is going to rise. Now that all the dough has been shaped into donut shapes, I am going to let it sit for 45 minutes on my working space, and I'll cook them after 45 minutes. If your holes have become smaller, enlarge them the way I'm doing mine. Then I drop in a wooden stick into the oil to check if my oil is ready. If it has bubbles like this, that means the oil is ready. Drop in your donuts one by one and cook on medium heat. The dangers of cooking on high heat is they are going to burn on the outside and they won't be cooked on the inside. If you cook on a low heat, they'll be tough. Once the first side starts turning brown, turn your donuts to cook on the other side. How good do these donuts look, you guys? How good do they look? They are soft, they are airy. I assure you these are the best donuts you will ever eat, and once you make them, you will never buy them again. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you on the next one.